Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get right to it. So, everybody knows the Michael Jordan flu game in the 1997 NBA Finals. I will get to that in a second. But rarely people forget the other flu game. And you would say, well, what was the other flu game? Okay, glad you asked that question. It was the 1984 NBA playoffs. It was the first round of the 1984 NBA playoffs. Pistons versus Knicks. The Knicks had Bernard King, Rory Sparrow, Marvin Webster. Pistons, on the other hand, had guys like Vinnie Johnson, Bill Laimbeer. Of course, they had Isaiah Thomas. Chuck Daly was in his first year as head coach. Future NBA champion Cliff Levingston was on that roster too, as well. Okay. So, it was built as Detroit versus New York, but it quickly became Bernard King versus the Detroit Pistons, okay? And King was absolutely having one hell of a series, okay? Bernard King averaged 42.5 points per game against the Pistons in the first round, okay? He scored 213 points in 5 games. He was 84 for 139, 60% field goal shooting. Okay. So, in the first game, he scored 44 points in a 127-123 overtime win for... No, wait a sec. No. Check that. Okay. He scored 36 points in a game 1 win. 46 points in a game 2 loss. 46 points in a game 3 win. 41 points in a game 4 loss. Okay. So, but in the clinching game, okay, in the series clinching game, game 5, a couple of factors were in play. First of all, they weren't playing at the Silverdome as intended. I don't know what was going on with the excuse me. I don't know what was going on with the Silverdome, but they had moved it to the downtown arena, Joe Louis Arena, okay? And the air conditioning wasn't working that evening in Joe Louis Arena. And Hubie Brown recalls it, who was coaching the Knicks at the time. Hubie Brown recalls, he says, it was at least 120 in there that evening. We had an added problem because Bernard King had the flu. He did not work out in the shoot around. The flu was sapping his body. He had a splint on the middle finger of his one hand and a splint on the middle finger of his other hand, playing with 2 dislocated fingers. Only the great ones can tunnel vision and focus and block out pain. That's what Bernard King did, okay? So, Bernard King playing with the flu and playing with 2 dislocated fingers. He only had 44 points in a 127-123 overtime win. That's how determined Bernard King was, okay? That's how determined Bernard King was. You go out and you drop 44 with the flu and 2 dislocated fingers. Come on, man. Come on, man. And you beat Isaiah Thomas too. And that was a game where Isaiah Thomas scored 16 points in 94 seconds, okay? The Knicks were up by 8. Then Isaiah Thomas, scored 16 points in 94 seconds. That set the game into overtime, okay? So, but man, let me tell you something, man. I believe that Isaiah Thomas and Bill Laimbeer fouled out in overtime, and the Knicks ended up winning. But man, again, you dropped 44 points with 2 dislocated fingers and the flu. Salute, Bernard King. Also, a salute to the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan. Michael dropped 38 points in Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals. Kind of like Bernard King, he didn't work out in the shoot around. He was in bed all day. Michael Jordan was in bed all day. Was weak as hell. But managed to go out and drop 38 points, including the game-clinching 3. And in the final seconds, okay? So, yeah, the greatness of MJ. Michael played 44 minutes, scored 38 points. And, I was about to mention something. Yeah, so Michael hits the game hitching 3. But people forget that Stockton came right back and dished the Oster tag for a dunk, okay? And then the Bulls inbounded the ball, and rest in peace, Bill Walton. Bill Walton was like, "You got to foul right now. You got to foul right now. Carmelo, what are you doing? You got to foul." Carmelo didn't foul. The Bulls threw a couple of passes and they got it to Luke Longley for a dunk. And that was pretty much the whole series. That was pretty much the game right there. Stockton did get fouled. Stockton did get hit foul, but he missed a free throw. Missed the first free throw, and the game was over. Okay, so yeah, so a salute to Michael Jordan and Bernard King. 44 points with the flu and playing with 2 dislocated fingers. Michael Jordan, 38 points. Game clinching 3 in the 1998 NBA. 1998. In the 1997 NBA Finals. A salute to Bernard King and Michael Jordan. 2 of the best flu games in NBA history. All right, that's it. And that's all for Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I'm out of here. May God bless you all. Jesus Christ is Lord. Peace.